Cool.
Welcome to East Coast DNA, back on the road. I'm not that far from the apartment this time, about maybe 5-minute drive, 10-minute fall, just up the hill. Down at the Glasgow Jubilee, and gonna sit and chat with a couple artists. And first up, I know you through our mutual friends as Natalie,
Yes.
but that's not your artist name.
Artist name is Loviet.
And Loviet, where does the name come from?
Literally nowhere. I mean, it does. It's like it was like a bit of an anagram, I guess, for like Violet or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we figured that out after. We're just going on vibes.
I was going for like a McDonald's loving it type thing.
Yeah, we get that a lot. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna get sued soon. Let's
I
see.
think there's a T-shirt.
Love
maybe.
it. Yeah, I
You
love
like the fun
it.
T-shirts anyway, as it is. Like,
This?
yes.
Oh, this is a Friends band T-shirt actually. So
I like it.
yeah, Sluice, another
Oh, yes.
amazing band.
Yes, amazing.
I just copped this before the show because I love it so much. It's like the Smashing Pumpkins play of
Yeah.
the Zero shirt, but Zaro.
I love it.
We
Fan
love.
of that band too.
Yes, another amazing band. Yeah, just vibes. That's all we ever. That's what we do.
And as I mentioned, we have mutual friends. So
Yeah,
I'm
tons.
aware of you because back in your earlier performance days when you went by your
Natalie.
own name,
Yeah.
you would have been around some of the people that I'm around all the time now. Like I mentioned, Andre Petitpas.
Andre, our bestie.
So I'm curious, back in those days, I wasn't around for that.
Oh,
So in those interactions, like I was aware of your name. I
Yes.
probably
Yeah.
saw you on a few stages around for some of the
Yes.
specifically events in this community. I
Mhm.
think I probably was home with my babies at the time.
Oh,
so
nice.
there's some gaps in my live music
Right.
knowledge there.
Oh,
But
dude. It's
yeah, how
okay.
did you first come in to interact with that crew?
Honestly, so me and Andre, I met him in college my first year, and I was doing recording arts.
Okay.
I was the only gal in that class, and I made a couple close friends, and we played in bands together on tour, like little tours around the South Shore and Cape Breton. And yeah, he ended up playing in one of the bands with
Okay.
some of my classmates. So I met him, and we toured together, and we were just kids, and we got to hang out and play music, and yeah, we've been just like family ever since. And yeah, he rocks, and I love coming this way because it's not my neck of the woods. So used to
Mhm.
the South Shore that it's always fun to come up here. It's like a treat. But yeah, we did the new Glasgow Jube, I think, when we were under my other artist name. And yeah, this was sick. I remember, I think Matt Mays might have headlined that year or somebody. Or July Talk. It was like a bunch of really, really
Yeah,
sick
see,
bands.
that's why I know the
While
name,
back.
because I definitely back in those days, I had mentioned it to someone earlier. It used to be all ages, so you come down. I'd bring the family down early in the night,
Yes,
and
yeah.
then come back for the headliners after
Sick.
having a bite to eat or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, these days it's a little different. They got Coldstream as a sponsor, which
Yeah.
I'm super coming around for this. This little cabana thing they have set up is pretty nice. I think they're going to offer them next year as like a new tier ticket.
Oh,
So you
sick.
could actually like purchase this to have for the
Love
weekend.
that
So,
security.
yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of details after this year's Jubilee. They'll have tickets on sale right away.
I'll
It's
buy
a
one.
anniversary year too.
I love it.
So now for yourself, when did you switch over into Loviet as the stage name?
It was kind of after, like, we moved to Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
and I started working with a manager. And at the time, he was just my booking agent. So we were still trying to figure things out ourselves. And I think I just felt like my own name, it was just extremely, like, we just play shows and people would think it was like a songwriter kind of thing, but we were always a rock band, and we wanted to kind of rebrand, but just didn't know when or how. And we were finally releasing music, so we just kind of pulled trigger and did it for our first kind of real release. We'll call it like our real release. But yeah, it took a long time. It was in the cocoon for a long time
Yeah.
before we decided to really to do it. And yeah, as you see, that people still can't pronounce it. So
Yes.
I was like, this is gonna be so much better. It's gonna be so much easier. But no, people are still getting it. But same. I don't really care. People can call me whatever. Like, love it, Loviet.
Well, I find
Whatever.
it interesting, even like the rebranding and the move, even despite the name,
Yeah.
that a lot of the artists that I have on my longer full format interviews for the podcast, we dive into a lot of times about being from the East Coast and the struggles of trying to break into a different market, or some of the artists are actually based out of Ontario because
Yes.
we moved away, and I'm talking about being away from home and that type of thing. But it did seem like for yourself, like I said, I'm familiar with you from back in the day, but when you change your name and kind of rebrand it and you're out there, I'm like, she's from here?
I know.
Like even as someone like myself
Nice.
who's out there researching it and following along in most cases, and there is some gaps in that era, but by the time you were rebranded, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that's the same person, and
Nice.
it does have a different air about it. I mean,
Cool.
I love East Coast. I obviously with East Coast DNA, but it does work.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I mean, to be fair, like the thing with us is that we always really wanted to do big stages.
Yes.
Because we always got told at bars and stuff we'd be playing that they'd be like, wow, you can really, like, you're louder than the bar. Like, we needed a bigger sound or bigger sound system. And just like we played a show not long ago on the South Shore, and somebody was like, yeah, your music's too busy for this sound. And it's like, it's the sound system. So I get that, like, we just always wanted to do stuff like that. And then we ended up finding some stages in Toronto that we could kind of slide on the opening bills for and play for, audiences that were built in, because the headliners were obviously very successful artists, which was sick and helped us for sure establish a bit more. But it was a grind coming up here, and I'm already pretty shy. So like I'm an outrovert to my friends, but pretty introverted musically, and like
that's one of the reasons we don't really know each other. We've been this close to each other a few times, but we've never really chatted just because you're kind of in your own orbit with your friend circle, and I don't like to super get too into people's face when they're backstage.
Respect. I'm very I feel like everybody kind of suffers from that. I think like my friends too in the scene here. It's always like, how are you doing this show? And how did you do this show? And it's like, for a while there, I played the game really hard, where it was very, like managing again myself, and just like still doing a lot of that too. We share a lot of the jobs, me and my manager. But after a while, it was just, like you said, it feels kind of grubby. You're like kind of just like in each other's space, and it feels weird. So I've just been kind of doing my own thing more and more. And, Andre's a really good example of somebody that's just incredible at balancing both. Yeah. So yeah, props to him. But yeah, dude, I'm always kicking around, and I'm very approachable. Love to make friends. So
and now,
anytime.
I would love to go through and name drop, but I know there's a long list of people that you've played with over the last few years. Specifically for me, from following along from a little bit of a distance, a big thing for me, name drop wise, wasn't an artist, but more so a venue, I guess, because you got to play Lollapalooza, which is huge.
Disgusting.
Yeah, like I can only imagine.
It was disgusting. I mean, it was amazing, but yeah, and it's just luck, honestly, because at that time we were on tour with another bigger artist than us, and everything just kind of lined up, and we looked really good, so it was like an easy grab, because we were in the States a lot, and we were an easy sell, because we were obviously, and again, I think being a female, doing rock music, all these different things, like, I think it was just kind of interesting to have a newer artist on the bill, and we were first on the slot, like, let's be real, but it was still sick, and we still had a really great turnout for that festival, which was unexpected. But people at those shows, like, especially in the States, it's so much bigger than here, that I think everybody's just retaining and ready to go out and see music, and they're ready for the whole day. And we had a great show. It was really fun. And we were like backstage with Sabrina Carpenter and, like, Peach Pit, just like bands that you've heard of, and exciting.
I do often ask artists at what point in their career they feel like they made it, or if there's a goal that they're still looking for. I feel like that would be a marquee moment at the very least. But what's next for you?
Honestly, we're definitely still just grinding. I think that we just want people to, like, listen to our music, and we just want the same goal, just for people to know our name and listen to our music, and just give us something to keep going and going and going, because it's hard. There's a lot of burnout. I know that, and the show part's the best part and the easy part, but you really need to, like, sort of have that song that kind of catches fire to keep everything going, and to do that you need to have the funds behind you, you need to have the team behind you, the plan. So we're always just trying to work on it and set ourselves up so that we can just keep growing. I totally appreciate it. Like, my YouTube channel that has most of my video content, like Instagram is definitely, as all artists know, that's the place where everyone's looking. My YouTube channel
really what keeps it afloat for views is an April Wine video I made several years ago, more so than the independent artists that I'm constantly interviewing like twice a week. So I completely
God's
get
work.
it when you relate to releasing a single that like, yeah, I released an album. I like that you like that song.
Right.
But
No,
there
period.
was a lot of effort for the full album.
For the full
behind it.
album, we've been doing singles. Like we're about to start releasing in September. And same, we were talking about that yesterday. We're like, are we gonna call it an EP? Are we gonna do that? And we're like, we're just gonna live in each singles moment and just keep pushing song by song by song, because like you said, by the time you put all that effort in to make another like 5-6 songs, and flesh them out and make your passion project out of it, they don't retain, they aren't heard. I don't hear everybody's albums. I don't get to get through albums that my friends have shared with me. So yeah, I'm just here for bite-sized pieces, and we'll see if anybody is out there. We're still just trying to find some people and test the waters with our fans, and yeah, it's just about connecting, I guess, right now. And I've also had a lot of, even though we rebranded when we moved to Toronto, I've had a lot of like identity things where like we always were a rock band, and then started working with some producers and kind of being like shifted into that alt pop world, and enjoyed it, but it was never really the thing I really wanted to do or that I'd always done.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of shifted back a lot, and we produced this next thing ourselves. And we're still just testing the waters, and we don't want to confuse our fans, and we want to make something for everyone. That's the goal. But this one's like, I needed to make this record. I need to make a rock record again, and balance it out, balance the two, because there is a thing with some bands that are just locked into who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like even though we did the rebrands and Loviet is Loviet and my old one was my old one, I was still molding those. I'm still figuring those two things, those two worlds, to put them together. Because, I don't want to, I don't want to like shit on my music.
Yeah.
But there's some songs that don't feel as authentically me, and
sure, and you gotta go for that. I completely
but
get it.
But they were fun to make,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. I just enjoy making music, and so at the end of the day, it's hard to like take yourself out of that and put yourself into the listener's shoes. And so I was struggling with that on a few of the records, and this record's kind of another version of that. But I'm excited for people to hear it. And
so where should I ask anyone listening along to follow you online if they want to keep up with the new content?
I'd say Instagram again.
Yeah.
The Devil. That's the one. The Devil we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
absolutely.
TikTok, we are there. We're kind of in that space too. But I mean, all of the streaming platforms, as much as they are also really bad right now, really, really bad. That's definitely, it helps every independent artist. Like, we're not in a position of power that we can really boycott right this second. Yeah. But hopefully soon. Yeah, hopefully soon. And also, it's really helpful when the bigger artists do that, because then it gets us closer to being maybe in a space that we can do that too, make some change. But as of right now, just like do what's easy for you, the listener, whatever you're using that you enjoy using. Like, we're there. We're on everything. So
amazing.
Yeah,
and
chill.
I guess we'll see you live here tonight.
Yeah.
But then again, Giant Stock, you'll be down for that as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have to catch up somewhere in between, maybe do a little deeper dive.
Sweet. That'd be awesome.
Great.
Cool.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks,
and let's catch up this sound check.
Hell yeah.
All right. See ya.
Okay, bye.